It's a great time to be working from home. Yes, it sucks that there's coronavirus and many of us are being forced to go from working in offices and being around people to working from home, but working from home also has its advantages. And the first advantage I want to share with you is you have all this time that normally you would spend getting in a car, commuting, being stuck in traffic. If you live in a busy market like LA, it can take you anywhere from 2 hours plus just to get to work. It can take you 2+ hours just to get home. That right there is like 4 hours of your day that now you have back. And in business, whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for a company, time is everything. I'll share with you a very quick story. When I worked from home at my last corporate job for about 2 years, working from home gave me the independence that I needed to side hustle and work on my personal brand while also working for my employer, my 9 to 5. And that's not necessarily moonlighting, but it's being strategic with the time that I had on my hands. When you factor in time it takes for in-person meetings, BSing at the water cooler, walking around your office, talking to people at their cubicles, when you remove all of that time and now you have that time for yourself and you're zoned into your job, what you're going to find is what would normally take you 8 hours of a working day, you can probably do in like 2 to 3. So what do you do to be productive when you're working from home? It starts with managing your time and having a routine. When you wake up in the morning, you should have a plan of what you're going to do every hour that you're on the clock. If you have conference calls, emails, projects that you're working on, great. But what are you going to be doing when there is downtime? My recommendation to you is that you use that downtime to brush up on your social media, brush up on your profiles. There's a reason why your employer has sent you to work from home, and your employer is probably thinking through what the contingency plan is for going forward. And unfortunately, in crisis situations like where we're at right now, companies think about downsizing. So don't find yourself caught off guard. Instead, use this time that you have to invest in yourself, whether that's learning a new skill set, whether it's brushing up on your social media, updating your profiles, even your headshot. Invest the time that you have in yourself. Working from home doesn't mean that you need to be secluded to your apartment or the 4 walls of your house. What it does mean is that you don't go into an office or a place of business every day to do your job. So think about some alternatives if you can, like coffee shops, co-working spaces, maybe even use Facebook to see who in your area is also working from home. And that way you might be able to create some new friends, network, or have a buddy system. So even though you're doing your day job remotely, you're not necessarily working by yourself. Tools like Trello, Zoom, and Slack are great for collaboration and connectivity with your colleagues. I even use these tools because let's face it, when you're working remote or you're working from home, you don't have the same flexibility as you did before to just walk up to the office of your boss or knock on the cubicle of your colleague. So in order to still feel connected and feel synchronized to where you can collaborate, think about using Slack. It's a great tool that you can use for instant messaging. Skype is another great tool that you can use for instant messaging and video calls. Zoom is a fantastic tool that I use regularly for video conference calls and for meetings. And then Trello is another tool that you can use to create different campaigns that you're working on, different projects that you're working on. You can assign different colleagues to use Trello in combination with you. So the point I'm trying to make here is consider technology right now your best friend to not just be able to stay connected, but also collaborate. Right now, you have a lot of time on your hands. Invest that time wisely. If you can pick up any additional work, freelancing, use the time that you're sitting at home to be on social media, networking, promoting your portfolio, and picking up any side gigs that you possibly can. In times of uncertainty, cash is king. You want to ensure that you have a nest egg build up. That way, if your job happens to go by the wayside, you have something to fall back on. Or if you're an entrepreneur and you're losing business as a result of the coronavirus, you're still able to create additional income streams by hustling to pick up clients by doing freelance work. So Best of luck to all of you, and stay healthy out there. We're going through some crazy times. There's a lot of uncertainty, and the best thing that you can do is stay optimistic and positive.